Welcome back to Cheddar. Joining us now is Ryan Smith, co-founder and CEO of LeafLink, which is a wholesale management platform for the cannabis industry. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us. And for those of our viewers out here that aren't familiar with LeafLink, I mean, you basically connect dispensaries with marijuana companies selling, of course, these products. What was the void in the marketplace that your company is seeking to fill?
Yeah, so LeafLink is a business-to-business wholesale marketplace. We connect almost 1,000 retailers across 5 states with almost 175 leading brands. The pain point that we found, my co-founder and I have started and sold tech companies in the past, and we just flew out to Colorado and started asking people questions, how could your business be better? What efficiencies might exist that aren't currently being used? And we saw this pattern around placing orders and order management. So we packed boxes, went on sales calls, and built a platform to serve exactly that need about 18 months ago.
So Ryan, do you guys have more dispensaries or more companies?
So we look at the two sides of the marketplace. There's the retailers, which are the buyers. That's where we have almost 1,000 of them. And the brands are the companies that are selling that inventory and product. So it's, there's liquidity on the marketplace from both those sides.
So far, Ryan, you guys have raised a little more than $5 million. What have you used the capital injection into your company to be able to do?
Yeah, so we raised a little more than $4 million. We did our first raise back at the end of 2015. That was really about finding the product fit, getting clients use the platform, receiving feedback on what they thought and how it could be even better. And then we just closed a recent round back in end of February, early March for another $3 million, and that's about expanding the product fit that we've created in Colorado and Washington to Nevada, Oregon, and California.
Yes, and of course, those states that you just mentioned, California and Nevada, just recently legalized marijuana, and especially in Nevada, in particular areas like Las Vegas. So is the goal eventually then to have kind of like a brick and mortar, store, or is your idea just to continue to talk to all these different supply chains?
Yes, so we are a technology company. We don't touch, grow, or sell the product and really don't have any interest in doing that. There are people that do an amazing job retailing, that do an incredible job building product, and we want to be the back end that helps them be even more efficient, better, help them grow their businesses. And that's what we found when we were doing research into the space and meeting some amazing people that are starting these incredible pioneering companies. It's a startup in an environment that's even riskier than generally where startups are risky to begin with. And so we're going to let them do what they do, help them be even better about it, but we're going to stick to what we do really well, which is providing those connections and helping companies do business with each other.
Right. I mean, since you are in this B2B facing business, can you kind of walk us through, Ryan, exactly how your company is generating revenue?
Yep. So right now, the sales side of the platform pays to be on LeafLink. And we are currently giving as we're still pretty early, retailers free access to purchase the products that they want to do. So the buy side's free, sell side pays a fee to be in the platform. And then we have some really exciting new features and additional functionality coming down the line that we'll be charging more for. But right now, our primary focus, as you guys know, there's over 35 states have medical regulation in place. There's a number that back in November voted to go recreationally legal. So we really want to get our flag down in each of these states and create a standard platform that empowers these companies to do business with each other first.
Let's talk a little bit about the VC company that invested in you guys. Of course, the venture company that has invested in Casper, Birchbox, HuffPo, has now invested in you. They're the first cannabis company that they've invested in. So what were their conversations like with you and to get involved with you guys? I'm sure that was an interesting conversation that they're like, okay, we want to finally get into the cannabis industry. And my follow-up to that is, how are you going to leverage those resources that they have?
Yeah, so we're really excited about, Larry Hippo being in the last round, Casa Verde being in the last round, and what we've created in not only our team, but also now our investor base is this great collection of individuals such as Larry that have incredible tech experience, building, scaling business type enterprise companies. And then people like Casa Verde, Phyto Partners that have this incredible cannabis experience. Bringing those two things together is how we've found and will continue to find success. And the conversations were not all that different from, I'm sure, as they would be with any other company, right? We're a technology company there to support this. This is our vertical, this is our industry. And so we And our goal has always been to professionally provide incredible tools for these businesses and to be looked upon as any other industry would, right? Are the numbers, do they make sense? Is the market promising? Are there external factors that make this a great opportunity for not only our team, but also people that we bring into the party?
Ryan, what's the vetting process like for vendors or dispensaries that want to use your platform?
Yeah, great question. So in most of the states where we operate, so Colorado, Washington, Nevada, Oregon, there is a unified licensing structure. And so all that information is publicly available. So we can take license numbers when companies apply to be on our marketplace and verify if they're in good standing with the state. And then they have access to actually meet and do deals on the platform. There are interesting challenges around California, which they're about 6 months out from that being the case there. But in most of the states, there's this very public information, and in some states, it gets granular to the point of actually sharing what your competitors sold, what products, how much yesterday. So there's a lot of transparency to use.
And of course, we've talked about you doing. You guys are really focused on the recreational market. But is there any chance that you guys are interested in the medical field at all?
Yeah, so it appears as though we're targeting recreational states, but what we're really targeting are verticalized supply chains. So if you have businesses in a lot of in the medical states, like New York, for example, you have companies that have to own the land where it's grown, the facility where it's produced, the store where it's sold. And so for our service to be really valuable, we need to have at least some decentralization that exists. And that tends to be more common in recreational markets where people have been at it for several years. The legislation has caught up to them having these businesses that just do one thing really well. And so that's why we focus on the recreational markets. But in the future, absolutely. We have clients now that absolutely on medical states. We have clients that are growing into new states all the time, and they are making LeafLink as part of their SOP for all the licensees that take up their brand, take up their name to operate in those new territories.
Well, also continuing on this look ahead for LeafLink, are there any plans to perhaps get into the retail side of the business? I mean, since there is so much focus on the wholesale side.
Yeah, so for LeafLink ourselves to go into the retail side?
I'm sorry, say it again, Ryan?
For LeafLink ourselves to go into the retail side, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so for us, we're not interested in becoming a retailer, at least not at the moment. We really want to stay on the back end supporting all the retailers and the brands that use our platform.
All right, there we have it. Ryan Smith, co-founder and CEO of LeafLink. Thanks so much for joining us.